Hey YouTube, what's up? This is Edie again, here by Edie. Okay, I'm coming to you guys because I was a felon. Okay, today I went and saw legal aid today to get my record expunged so that I can get my professional license back as a registered nurse and also clear up my record just in case when I go to see employers apply for a new job. So today I'm gonna come and I'm gonna give you guys some details about how to do it. Legal aid, I know in California, they pretty much can help you free of charge. It's just a lot of running around and petitions and also declarations that you're gonna have to provide to get your license back or get your record expunged, okay? So first, we're gonna go with clearing up an adult record in California. Basically, when it says expunge, I'm a felon. I was a felon. I'm gonna say I was a felon because I did my restitution and I did all that. I was a felon 30 years ago. But unfortunately, I was coming home from a party probably about 3 years ago, and I was pulled over, and they gave me a wet reckless. Wet reckless means that I hired a lawyer, and from the DUI, they took it down to a wet reckless because my alcohol level wasn't that high. Number one. Number two, they made me go to these classes. Number three, no probation or anything like that. I paid a fine, but it did cost a lot of money. Now I know about Uber. So if I go to a party or anything like that, girlfriend, I got Uber, okay? Now, when they expungement, it doesn't mean that it goes away. It's not wiped away. It's not destroyed. The charges are still there. They just show that you took care of that matter. You're not on no parole or probation or anything like that. So when I did lose my nursing license, what I had to do was go to not the higher courts, but the courts for the Board of Nursing, and they tried me, okay? They ended up taking my license for 3 years. Man, 3 years without making that money, and I was a nurse for like 25 years. That's crazy. You know what I mean? You've been doing all this work and got all this experience, and now just gone, just like that, because I made the silly decision to get behind the wheel. Although I went to the classes, I also attended some AA meetings. I understand now, and not want to say understand. What do you say? I paid the price, but it did take my license away for 3 years. So I went to legal aid today to get information, and also they're going to help me along the way to get my expungent from my case that I had 30 years ago. I caught a case really much. I was selling drugs, and I pretty much caught a case. I did all the probation and everything, but on the way of doing that, I did go to college, and I did get my LVN first from LA Trade Tech. Had to get them the case and everything, copy it, and then send it to them. They let me sit down for the boards. I passed the boards for LVN. The same with the RN. As soon as I finished and got my degree in registered nursing, had to go back to the same downtown and get those records and then send them in to the state licensure, and they let me sit down and take my boards, and I ended up passing. Okay, ended up through all of that, ended up getting my license and everything. So don't let anyone tell you that because you're a felon, that certain things that you can't do. Is just a process that you have to go through in order to do these things. I mean, I went to college for a total of 8 years, pretty much 6 years, 6 to 8 years, and I got my license. Okay, when I went for the boards on that wet reckless, the boards of nursing, when I went up there to try to keep my license, they ended up just revoking my license, just taking it away from me, period. So basically, the attorney asked me, well, the district attorney, he asked me, you have a 30-year drug case that we see here. Why didn't you never get that expunged? And that was one of the things that he told me after the hearing. You need to get that expunged. So I took the what do you call that? The necessary steps to do that today. Now, what's going to happen is that um, I would have to write a letter of declaration. That's pretty much telling the story of what happened in my life, what happened at that time that I was 30 years ago. Why was I doing the things I was doing? Uh, what did I do to get through life after I was convicted? Also, uh, was the case dismissed? All the necessary probation? Did I do any jail time? And then I'm going to have to take that letter along with the petition that I filed, and that's going to have to be served to the district attorney. Now, what happens is, oh yeah, and then also make sure with all that filing that you get, and you go to legal aid. Before you go to legal aid, go to your local superior court in California, Los Angeles, wherever you are in California. You can go to the superior court and request your what do you call that, your criminal record. They'll print it out right there and give it to you free of charge. So once you do all of that and get all your paperwork together, go to legal aid. They'll give you a format of how your declaration is supposed to do, how it's supposed to be made. After you do your declaration, because it's a format, all you have to do is explain everything line for line, what they gave you, and then sign it and date it. You take it to the I believe you take it to the district attorney. Wait a minute, let me make sure because I don't want to tell you guys nothing wrong. Um, Let me see. After all of that is done, okay. You fill out everything and the petition. You have to serve the DA. Now, when you give it to the DA, you cannot file it. Someone would have to come that knows you to file it. They'll sign it like they're getting served a summons, and then after you do that, then they give you you'll take it you'll take one copy to them and one copy to the court to petition. It takes about 1 to 3 months for them to decide um, uh, uh, that everything would that they give you a court date. That's what it is. They'll decide 1 to 3 months when your court date is. Sometimes the district attorney might not even show up. From what I was told today is that my case was like 30 years ago. So they're not sure if they're going to come and try to fight that. But what I'm trying to do is get that felon down to a misdemeanor so it wouldn't look too bad on my records and also for the nursing boards. Okay, now let me tell you who's eligible. Okay, because a lot of you guys probably thinking, oh, that was 30 years ago. Yeah, you're going to be eligible for an expungement. But let me tell you, um, you can't be on probation or on parole. You're not serving a sentence like you're on bail and you're waiting for your sentence hearing. You can't be charged with a crime at the time, and you have to pay all your fine, court fees, and everything else. So once all of that is done, you're cleared to file and everything like that. So I wanted to come on today to let the felons and also people know that are having a hard time getting jobs, going back to school, or trying to get back your professional license like myself. You can go to legal aid. Pretty much, they go by a income-based fee waivers that you can obtain in order to get all this process done. You don't need a lot of money to get it done. Legal aid is there to help you. Um, I mean, I walked out of there like so happy because I was just like, how am I going to pay for this and how is this going to be paid? But I they made me feel so comfortable and everything. So I'm going to leave some the self-help center that's located in the Antelope Valley for anybody that needs this because I mean someone told me about it. I'm trying to bring it to anybody that else needs it. Um, it's about getting your life corrected and everything for 2018. Go in with a clean slate, do something different, something positive, and making your life a little bit better. Okay. Um, I never thought in my wildest dreams that I would be ever convicted of a crime ever again, but silly me, drinking after a party and getting on the road, that is not safe. So please do not do that. Please do not be out there because now, like I said, it's Uber. You can call you an Uber, touch it in your phone, and the Uber will come and pick you up and pretty much take you to a hotel room or take you to a relative's or a friend's house and don't risk taking somebody else's life because it's not even really worth it. It's not worth the getting into trouble and pretty much find yourself behind bars. That's one thing when I was in jail and I was serving that time. That's the worst thing in the world. As far as if you just don't give a damn, and you've been back to back to back to back to jail, and that's where that's your lifestyle. Maybe that's for you, but for people that has never ever gotten into trouble or don't plan on getting into trouble, don't even think that that's gonna be your permanent residence. And to all the young people, that's what I want to say too, because my what do you call that? When I was a felon, um, I went to jail, prison, however you want to say it. I went when I was like 17, 18 years old. So I was able to pretty much get a second chance and do it all different. You know what I mean? So for you young people that think, you're vulnerable and you're invincible and nobody's going to touch you, or just saying that, oh, I can do this scam, I can do this and get away with it and stuff like that. Whatever's in the dark, baby, comes to the light, and God sees all. So I'm just letting you guys know and giving you guys some information, because if it does happen and you do have alternatives in life to go straight and get your life back on track. Hey, I'm 52 years old. I'm trying to get my life back on track now. But I've never went back to the life of crime. I'm trying to raise my children and do the best that I can and do hair. This is one of my frontals that I went back. That's another thing. I did go back after they took my nursing license. I went and went to beauty school because I always wanted to be a beautician and do hair. So I am licensed in the state of California. And I did have to get my convictions and all my what you call that, my rap sheet. I did have to do that to get into school and also to take my state boards for California. So I mean, there's no way around it. Until I die, those records will die with me. But those records are gonna follow me. So, and I say for 2018, I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna put God first. I'm gonna share my experiences, try to help someone else, and I'm gonna do the best that I can on this earth, okay? And still do good hair too. Anyway, I know this is not a laughing matter, but it was some information, some important information that I wanted to give today because I really wanted to pass that on when they told me at the legal aid that they can help me. Okay, God bless you guys. Happy holidays, and just sending out good love, good cheer, good joy, and be safe out there. Please don't be out there in them streets ripping and running. Christmas, New Year's Eve is coming. Y'all be safe. No drinking and driving. No using no illegal drugs while drinking and driving. Y'all know what it is. God bless. Bye.